Elden Campbell, the calm giant of the hardwood, a quietly dominant life that ended too soon at 57. On December 3rd, 2025, the basketball world awakened to an emptiness that could not be filled by a highlight video. Elden Campbell, the 6'11" center whose unassuming grace drove some of the NBA's most memorable teams, had gone suddenly the previous evening at his home in Charlotte, North Carolina. For a man whose career encompassed 15 seasons of unrelenting rebounding, rim-rattling dunks, and the kind of quiet leadership that doesn't make headlines but wins championships, his age of 57 seems incredibly youthful. The league was rocked by the announcement, which was initially made public by Clemson University, his alma university, and the institution where he became the all-time top scorer. We mourn the loss of Elden Campbell, our all-time leading scorer, All-American, and three-time All-ACC player, who passed away at the age of 57. The institution posted on social media a simple statement that belied the depth of the anguish it elicited. Fans, former teammates, and relatives were left in a state of confusion and grief, as the reason of death was not immediately revealed. But as praise flowed in, from Magic Johnson referring to him as a gentle soul to Byron Scott recalling his easy manner, the man behind the numbers became apparent, a hometown hero who played as though he had nothing to prove because deep down, he never did. Elden Jerome Campbell was born on July 23, 1968 in Los Angeles, California, but his journey truly began in the sun-baked courts of Inglewood, where the noise of the Forum across the street was as familiar as his own heartbeat. Growing up in a working-class home, Elden was the third of 5 children, all of whom were tall and athletic, but none quite like him. His mother worked in the school cafeteria and was his biggest supporter. His father was a mechanic at a nearby garage. He wasn't the loudest or most ostentatious student at Morningside High School. Instead, he was the one who arrived early, swept the gym floor after practice, and blocked shots by just nodding, as was anticipated. Elden didn't play to impress. His high school coach, Al Hamilton, said in a 2010-25 interview with the Los Angeles Times, his goal was to win, and he made everyone around him better without uttering a word. Scouts were buzzing by his senior year, when he scored 18 points, pulled down 12 rebounds, and blocked 5 shots a game, winning him all-safe honors and a full ride to Clemson University, where the ACC was waiting for a gentle giant ready to upend its foundations. Clemson, from 1986 to 1990, was when Campbell became legend. He redshirted his first season as a lanky freshman backup to future NBA great Horace Grant. But in 1987-88, he had an incredible season with 10.4 points, 6.2 rebounds, and a block rate that led coaches to refer to him as the Wall. He was the Tigers' star by his junior year, scoring 16.4 points and grabbing 8.5 rebounds to help Clemson win their first ACC regular season championship with a 25-6 record. The 1990 NCAA tournament agony against UConn, a last-second full-court heave by Tate George that killed Clemson's dreams, stung. But Elden's calm in defeat defined him. He hugged every teammate like we'd won, Grant subsequently remarked. That's Elden, win or lose, he lifted you. He accumulated 1,880 points, still Clemson's record, 836 rebounds, 7th all-time, and 334 blocks, 2nd over the course of 4 seasons, earning him 3 All-ACC and All-American selections. Cliff Ellis, his coach, choked up announcing the news. Elden was terrific on the court, but more than that, he was an outstanding guy. This is a sad day for the Clemson family. Campbell's NBA goal was not only fulfilled, but also predetermined when he was drafted 27th overall by the Los Angeles Lakers in 1990, the team he had admired from courtside at the Forum. The Lakers' years, 1990 to 1999, were Campbell's testing ground. A 9-season apprenticeship in the shadow of legends. He arrived as a raw rookie behind James Worthy and Vlade Divac, earning his minutes through pure dependability. In his first season, he scored 5.8 points and pulled down 3.3 rebounds in 14.5 minutes. But his defense, 1.2 blocks per game, swatting shots like he was born with a no-fly zone around the rim, was what drew attention. Elden was our secret weapon, Magic Johnson remarked in a 2025 commemorative tweet. I loved throwing lobs to him. He could jump out the gym and had so much talent. Rest in peace, Big E. With Shaquille O'Neal's arrival imminent and the Showtime era waning by 1994 to 95, Campbell stepped up to lead the front court during LA's turbulent transition with 12.7 points and 7.6 rebounds. He was a matchup nightmare thanks to his patient post footwork, fadeaway artistry over smaller players, and soft-touch turnaround jumper. Growing up blocks away from Campbell in Inglewood, teammate Byron Scott gave him the nickname Easy E because of his composure under pressure. Nothing sped him up. He was simply simple, a decent man. Man, I adored Easy. The 1996-97 season was his Lakers' pinnacle. 14.9 points, 7.6 rebounds alongside Kobe Bryant's rookie flashes and Shaq's dominance, guiding the team to 61 wins. Campbell's block on Patrick Ewing in a Knicks thriller at the Forum became immediate lore. Elden rising like a redwood, palm flattening the shot, then loping back on defense with a shrug. He was the glue off the court, planning team cookouts at his Inglewood house, teaching young Kobe how to play the up fake, and coaching peewee teams at Morningside High. Basketball was his language. Gloria, his sister, said in a family statement, but family was his heart. Married to Sonia since 1995, they welcomed daughter Taylor in 1997, forging a life of peaceful normalcy among the Lakers' glamour. Weekends at Dodger Stadium, holidays in Clemson with Ellis's extended family. Campbell flourished in the Queen City after being traded to the Charlotte Hornets for Glenn Rice in 1999. His best years were spent in Teal. He averaged 15.3 points and 9.4 rebounds from 1999 to 2003. His effective mid-range game and rim defense, 1.7 blocks per game, earned him consideration for the All-Star team in 2001. Big Country was beloved by Hornet supporters because of his gentle manner, which contrasted with the intensity of his performance. The ultimate pro is how teammate Jamal Mashburn described him. Elden showed up, did the work, and went home to his books. No drama. In addition to volunteering at neighborhood food banks and devouring history books such as Howard Zinn's A People's History, Campbell's 7-foot stature dwarfed soup lines as he cheerfully ladled stew. After Sonia and Taylor joined him, Charlotte became his home base, and he spent summers in Los Angeles with his family. Championship grit was introduced in the Twilight Passages. Campbell became the senior leader of the Bad Boys 2.0 team that shocked the Lakers in the 2004 finals after joining the Detroit Pistons in 2003. Elden was one of the few who could body him up without fouling out, Chauncey Billups recalled. He scored 8.9 points and pulled down 2.1 rebounds in 14 playoff games while playing off the bench. His one and only ring was bittersweet. He was traded from New Orleans in the middle of the season after the Hornets moved, and he treasured the parade down Woodward Avenue, raising the trophy while crying. "This one's for Clemson," he stated to reporters, "for Inglewood, for every kid who thinks they're too slow or too late." After brief spells in Seattle, 2004, and New Jersey, 2005, he retired after 1,044 games, 10.3 PPG, 5.9 RPG, 1.5 BPG, and finished 34th all-time in blocks, as 6'2". Campbell's life after retirement was a masterclass in grace. Returning to Charlotte in 2006, he launched the Elden Campbell Foundation, funding youth basketball clinics in impoverished neighborhoods. Over 5,000 youngsters serviced annually, with scholarships for college hopefuls. "The game gave me everything," he declared during a gala in 2010. Time to give back. Sonia's marriage was successful. Son Elijah, born in 2002, studied engineering at NC State, while daughter Taylor, now 28, followed her father's route to UNC Charlotte on a volleyball scholarship. Elden would post up his teenagers with his trademark shrug after each bucket saying, "Too easy." Family Sundays meant pickup games in the garage. He dabbled in broadcasting. Color commentary for Hornets games, his velvety baritone breaking down pick and rolls with poetic precision, and authored Rebound, Life Lessons from the Low Post, 2015, a bestseller merging hoops knowledge with meditations on parenting and faith. "Success isn't rings," he wrote. "It's the quiet wins, raising good kids, lifting others up." Whispers about health began in 2020. A routine checkup at age 52 revealed high blood pressure. 8A, family history, according to the doctor, with Elden's father's hypertension in the past. He shrugged it off, doubling down on his regimen. Early swims at the YMCA, kale smoothies, Sonia mingled with a smile, annual physicals that always came back excellent. He appeared unbeatable by 2023, when he was elected into the SoCal Basketball Hall of Fame alongside high school stars. His 7-foot stature remained slender at 240 pounds, and he moved with that easy glide. Getting older? Nope, he joked during the event. I'm just seasoning. That illusion was dashed on December 7th, 2025. Home from a Charlotte charity event, signing autographs for wide-eyed kids, swapping anecdotes with Mashburn, Elden kissed Sonia goodnight at 10 p.m., whispering, "Love you more tomorrow." He got up at 5 in the morning to go swimming, but something didn't feel right. A headache he attributed to late-night drinking, and chest tightness he dismissed as indigestion. The world faded around 6:15 while I was preparing breakfast for Elijah, who was visiting from college. He gasped and grasped the counter as a searing pain shot through his chest. At 6:18, 23-year-old Elijah called 911. Paramedics arrived at 6:25, finding him unresponsive on the kitchen floor, pulse feeble, skin clammy. The code blue hit, ventricular fibrillation, heart shocking into mayhem. While traveling to Atrium Health Carolina's medical center, defibrillator paddles fired 3 times, rhythm restored, but damage escalated. Admitted at 6:42 a.m., EKGs shouted myocardial infarction. Massive heart attack, left anterior descending artery blocked by plaque rupture. Blood thinners flowed, stents prepped, yet complications cascaded. Cardiogenic shock, kidneys failing, lungs swelling with fluid. Multi-organ failure was imminent by midday. The family raced in, with Elijah grabbing his father's hand and whispering, "Fight, Dad, like you did against Shaq." Sonia was white-knuckled in the waiting area, and Taylor was flying from Raleigh. Billups from Detroit, "Big E, you beat the diesel, you got this." And Scott from Los Angeles, "Easy, breathe easy," were among the teammates who called. However, monitors showed a decline. Lactate levels were poisonous, and the ejection fraction was at 20%. Around 4 p.m., the code team surged again. Pulseless electrical activity, heart jerking but not pumping. Chest compressions, epinephrine injections, etc. They called it at 4:47 p.m. Death time, 4:50 p.m. For the final time, Elden Campbell, who had blocked 1,602 shots without spiking a celebration, had his own blocked. Despite his fitness, the cause was an abrupt myocardial infarction brought on by coronary artery disease, plaque from hypertension, and heredity obstructing the pipes. No autopsy per family wishes. "Let him rest," Sonia said, but cardiologists suspect silent ischemia developed for years. The heart attack, the final burst. Elden's dad died at 59 of similar. The apple didn't fall far. The world of basketball was overcome with grief. The Lakers said, "Elden was family, a purple and gold heart who grew up dreaming in our seats." The Pistons, "Biggie's ring shines eternal. His spirit guarded our paint." Littlejohn Coliseum lights were darkened by Clemson. Magic's tweet, "Cookie and I are praying for his family," went viral. "Big E, rest in peace." Tributes flooded. Shaq tweeting a 1997 dunk footage. "You made me work, brother." Kobe's widow Vanessa sharing a signed jersey. Mamba forever salutes Eazy-E. Inglewood supporters lit candles beneath the hoop, where he first soared as part of a vigil at Morningside Court. Sonia, 54, transforms grief into a legacy by growing the organization by providing cardiac screenings for young athletes. Elden's quiet fight becomes our loud voice. Taylor, 28, coaches volleyball with her dad's composure. Elijah, 23, builds prosthetics inspired by Elden's tenacity. Gloria, his sister, remembers the youngster who shared lunches. "He gave everything, asked nothing. That's easy." Elden Campbell passed away at the age of 57 after a heart attack stopped the kind giant in his tracks. His life was meaningful, and his game was effortless. In a league of fireworks, he was the steady flame, rebounding misses, deflecting doubts, dunking aspirations into reality. His shadow stays on every court, every child who picks up a ball and says, "I can too." The forum echoes empty. "Big E, don't worry. You will always have the paint."